Alright, today I'm going to show you how I tie my hinged leader setup using a thingamabobber. This is a rig that I use a lot of times out of a drift boat when I need something to get down quickly on a relatively short leader. So what I do is I'm going to take the butt section of my leader about 3 feet from the end of my fly line to where I cut it off. So this is a good way to recycle your leaders. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put an overhand knot in the line, just like that. And then I'm going to take this tag end and thread it through my thingamabobber. And I usually use a medium-sized thingamabobber on this. And so once I have that overhand loop in there, I'm going to hold that and I'm going to put 4 or 5 twists, however many, right above that. Okay, now I'm going to take the tag end through the loop and then I'm going to cinch it down. Okay, just like that. Okay, so that's what I have here. Now I'm going to take that, don't trim that with your teeth. That won't make your good scissors last too long if you're using your teeth. So, by attaching it like this, what I've done is I've now allowed my thingamabobber to move freely on the water. When it's bound to the butt section, it creates micro drag, and it's just not as sensitive as if it were attached freely like it is on this rig. Now, why I use this is because by adding tippet below it, okay, so right now I have 3X, so that's generally what I run off this. 3X is going to sink a heck of a lot quicker because it's thinner diameter than having, say 3 feet of butt section still hanging below the thingamabobber. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the end of that 3X tippet and I'm going to put it around that loop just like that. And I'm just going to do a regular clinch knot onto that. Just like so. And that's how it'll look. So it's not a true 90, but very close, and it achieves the same effect because we have that stiff butt section to turn over our indicator and then about 4 feet or 3 feet of level 3X coming straight off of the thingamabobber or your indicator to sink quickly. Now, if I'm using a really heavily weighted fly, such as Pat's rubber legs or something like that, I would maybe just tie it on straight to here. And on this hinged leader, that fly in itself is heavy enough to just get down and keep your other flies down, much like you would use a split shot. Not using split shot will save a lot of flies for you because split shot has a way of really digging in and finding the narrow grooves and rocks, and you're going to lose more flies as opposed to using just a regular fly as your weight. However, if you do need to use split shot, what I'll do is I'll drop down a tippet size. So here I'm going to go to 4X, and just like you would normally a join tippet, we're going to use a surgeon's knot. 1, 2, 3 times through, cinch it down, trim your tag ends. Who's calling me? So if I need to use split shot, we'll join that 4X or whatever tippet size to that 3X coming off the indicator so that I can put my split shot right above here and then go 12 or so inches to your first fly and then drop another fly off of that. Again, this works great out of a drift boat. In fast water, it also works well when you're sight fishing and you just need the fly to get right down in front of the fish. Where this rig does not work well is in deep water. If I had to get more than, say, 4 feet below the thingamabobber, there's too much play in this thin line and you get a lot of bow in the line, which doesn't work well, again, in deeper holes. So other than that, it's a great rig, and people often question, well, how do I adjust? Well, more often than not, I really don't ever have to make adjustments in places where I'm using this. I'm just kind of using a general rule of thumb, maybe 4 feet from the indicator to the fly. Now, if you do need to get longer or shorter, what you'll do is simply trim off that end that's attached. Let's say I needed to add another foot or so. Do another surgeon's knot. And now I'm going to attach it again. And that's how it's done. Now if I needed to get shorter, obviously I would do the opposite and just trim some on or trim some off and then tie it back on. So there you have it. That's the hinged thingamabobber rig. One of my favorites. Almost used entirely out of the boat on, say, the Colorado River, the Eagle River, or the Roaring Fork, where it was originally developed in that area. So give it a shot, and I'm pretty positive you'll like it.